me, your host, Sashin Johnson, and of course, this is your Europa League Manchester United versus Real Sociedad preview. Of course, Ten Hag also had his press conference ahead of the game, and I will bring some of those quotes to you. But of course, subscribe to the channel and drop a like on the video. It definitely does help the channel out, and thank you for those who have subscribed and have done so already. So, as you see in the thumbnail, Ronaldo, Casemiro, and Maguire to start, and Martial once again not fit for selection tomorrow yet again. The third game in a row that he cannot play. I could say fourth. We haven't seen him in a while, and that is a concern, and we'll definitely be speaking about that as well. So let's get into it. Erik Ten Hag was asked about Eric Bailly, and of course we also Eric Bailly saying that the English players are favoured at Manchester United. And that we know to be true. We as fans have seen it, that certain players who are not performing, the likes of Rashford, Maguire, Shaw, etc., before Erik Ten Hag came in, were favoured. They played ahead of the likes of Eric Bailly, ahead of the likes of Alex Telles, etc. Ilanga, even at moments when Rashford was not performing well last season, we had to look to him, but he did not play. So Eric Bailly was correct in his comments, and Erik Ten Hag was asked about Eric Bailly's comments, and he simply said, I cannot say anything about that. I was not in charge last season. It is not for me to discuss on this particular comment. Which is right. He wasn't there. A question cannot be asked to him about something that has nothing to do with him. And I think it was fair of him to respond in that manner. On Martial, as I said in the beginning of the video, he is out and won't be available to play tomorrow night. And he said, yes, he's still out. He's progressing, but he's not ready to play. A concern for us, in my opinion, because in pre-season, Martial looked the part. He showed his quality when he came on against Liverpool and showed exactly why Ten Hag wants him as our starting number 9 up front, because of his movement, because of his hold-up play, because of his link-up play, his intelligence up front, his finishing ability. Ask yourself the question, he's not fit. He's again injured. And now we have to look to Ronaldo to start, definitely. That is why I've said Ronaldo, Casemiro, and Maguire will start. I fully believe that the three of them will be starting tomorrow night against Real Sociedad. That being said, you would say Martial would have been starting ahead of Ronaldo. Maybe not, of course. Maybe if Martial was fit, he would have played in the Premier League games that have gone by. But we didn't get in another attacker other than Anthony. And we cannot depend on Anthony better because he wasn't playing as much, but he will show his quality when he does get the chance to play. Can be an impact player when coming on from the bench. But Ronaldo, we know his quality. We know that he should be starting every game. But perhaps he cannot do that anymore because of his age, because of not being able to be as fit as he was in years gone by. So having Martial not fit leaves us with a man less, a man short. We won't be seeing Charlie McNeil playing in the Europa League unless Ronaldo gets injured and we cannot play a false 9. But that in itself should give us opportunity to experiment. Ten Hag will make a lot of changes tonight, that I do guarantee, because a lot of players have a lot to prove to get a place in the starting 11 for the Premier League. And then there are players who need minutes, need game time. So we will be seeing changes tomorrow night, and I do believe that we can get the win. Real Sociedad do have quality players, maybe 2 or 3 that I'll speak about later on when I speak about Real Sociedad and our starting 11 and our chances of winning. But we have to be mindful of the fact that the Europa League group we've been given, Omanoia, Sheriff Tiraspol, and now Real Sociedad, it is a group that we should fairly be topping by the time group stages are done. That is a fact. But let's move along. And Ten Hag was asked about Scott McTominay and why he is selected so much ahead of Casemiro. Of course, we even questioned this. But this is what he had to say. You can see it like that. When the team is acting well, we have more than 11 players. Then you stay in. Now, take a moment to think about Scott McTominay and what he has brought to our team since he's come in under Jose Mourinho, and of course under Solskjaer, and of course Erik Ten Hag. And now it becomes Ten Hag has improved him. He has made him a better player, and we've seen his performances improve game by game, and he's being consistent, holding the ball up well when he receives it. He's able to break down play. He's heading the ball away in good positions. He's defensively smarter. His positioning is better. He's not the best ball playing number six or defensive midfielder that we have. Of course, that is Casemiro. But McTominay has shown himself well, and Erik ten Hag has backed that up by saying, if the whole team plays well, then you stay in. But I don't think McTominay will be starting tomorrow night. That I definitely do think. But I don't want to reveal my starting 11 just yet of what I predict Ten Hag will be going with for tomorrow. Diogo Dalot was also with Erik ten Hag, and he was asked about Anthony, and he said he is a very good kid, very open to get help, and he will adapt quickly. Everyone has welcomed him, and I'm sure he will be successful. I mean, I think you could see the impact he had straight away in our team. It will take time for us to adapt to each other, but I know he can adapt really quickly. Of course, I also believe that Anthony will be starting tomorrow night. I think Ten Hag will definitely use this as a platform for him to get more game time, for him to get more rhythm with playing with the team, and of course, another opportunity for him to stake his claim as to why he is and will be our starting right winger. Erik ten Hag was asked about Rashford, and of course, we've seen his upturn in his performance since the Liverpool game. And on Rashford, he basically said he likes it. He wants to transfer his happiness to the pitch. It started with happiness. He comes in every day and he enjoys it. Once again, it's difficult for me to talk about the past. What I see is a happy Marcus Rashford. We worked really hard the last 2 months with him on different aspects. We have seen Rashford improve, and that is a plus for us. We've seen levels of Rashford coming on in the bench against RB Leipzig and scoring a hat-trick. We've seen him show composure in knocking PSG out twice. So a player of good quality that we know can go levels above more. And Erik ten Hag has shown that he's given him his confidence back and that he's able to now see a better Marcus Rashford. And do not be surprised if he starts tomorrow yet again. But I do believe that Marcus Rashford is better on the wing rather than as a number 9. I don't believe he's a striker. I don't think he has the technical ability to hold the ball up as well as a Martial. But I do believe that he potentially will be starting tomorrow night once again to work with him because he knows the type of coaching that he can put on him and improve him as a player, and the evidence is there. McTominay and Rashford and even Diogo Dalot have massively improved since Erik ten Hag has come into the team. Now, Erik ten Hag was also asked about the team, and he said the team is improving, it's getting better, but for the players that aren't in the team, they can come in at any moment and maybe do better than the players that are in. I know that you need more than 11 players. We have a really good bench. Now, he was asked about Cristiano Ronaldo, and that is what he had to say. He started against Brentford, then not since, but he is ready to start. Of course, he can start the majority of games. Fantastic to hear that Ronaldo can start majority of the games, and that was expected. We know Ronaldo is our most potent, best goal scorer or most lethal threat as an attacking target, and that is why we know we can be confident in Ronaldo starting tomorrow night. And Ten Hag knows his importance to the team. I mean, against Arsenal, it was seen that when they scored an equalizer, he was motivating the team to keep their heads up and to continue having their composure. And we ended up winning the game. I think if not for his leadership, we might not have won. We might have caved in, collapsed. But Erik ten Hag has also brought confidence into the players. Thus, we don't fold in moments of, shall I say, adversity. When the team seems to be under the cosh, defending hard, we seem to come out of that and get our just reward and get the goals that we deserve. Also, Diogo Dalot was asked about this competition with Aaron Wan-Bissaka. And of course, we know Wan-Bissaka hasn't played at all this season, and potentially he could be starting tomorrow night. But with Diogo Dalot being the person in the interview with Erik ten Hag, perhaps he will be starting ahead of Wan-Bissaka. But this is what he had to say. When you have good competition, I like to call it healthy competition. You can see this season we have a very good players in each position. which makes us a better team. We have a lot and we learn together and we have a good squad. That is something that you can definitely count upon. One-on-one defending, in being at the back post, positioning himself well, and showing aggression in his play. And of course, showing his quality going forward, as we know that he has. It is difficult for Wan-Bissaka to get into the team. Brandon Williams, we will not probably see for a while, because they now definitely did not see him as quality enough to be part of the squad. But Wan-Bissaka will find it difficult to get ahead of the load, that is for sure. And we know that Wan-Bissaka was to be sold in the transfer window anyway, but that did not seem to happen. Furthermore, now I want to get into my prediction and starting 11 ahead of the game against Real Sociedad. But we'll speak about Real Sociedad for a few moments. And their last few results, they basically won against Cadiz, they then lost to Barcelona, won against Elche, and then drew against Atletico Madrid over the weekend past. So that is a fairly good record to have, and with players such as Takefuse Kubo, who is a player that they got from Real Madrid, a left-footed Japanese player, David Silva, who they have, we know Mikel Oyarzabal as well, that they have, and Umar Sadiq, another striker that they have signed. These are players that can cause damage and give us a threat. But our back four really changed, in my opinion. And I think because of that, we might find ourselves in a difficult position with having consistency and rhythm. Because a lot of new players, or not new players, shall I say, but players who haven't played together will play tomorrow evening and will have to take about, shall I say, 5-10 minutes to get used to each other, get the rhythm of the play together. And if they don't, Real Sociedad can punish us. They can expose us. Like I said, Ronaldo, Casemiro, and Maguire will start. And we know that Maguire is not the best defender that we have and will play because of, one, being a captain, and two, because he needs to get game time in order to show. Of course, I don't think he will start in the Premier League under Ten Hag with Martinez and Varane showing their quality, but Maguire will work to keep and get his place back in the team. So for me, as a starting 11, I think we go with De Gea in goal. Yes, Martin Dubravka is there. He is the second choice. We did bring him into play. But I think because it's the first Europa League game and we are playing at home, De Gea will start because we have to respect him as that, as the number one. Maybe against the other opposition, the Sheriff Tirespools and the Omanoyas, I think then Dubravka will play. But I think De Gea will have to start. And in my opinion, I think Saka. We'll be seeing that old defense once again. I think Ten Hag will be playing the four of them. Maybe Diogo Dalot will start at right back to give us that balance going forward with Luke Shaw, who we know can attack and will have to perform because of Malacia's performance and the level that he has shown. Of course, Lindelof could be back from injury and will probably start. If not, I, in my opinion, don't think Tuan Zabi will be playing next to Maguire. And I don't think that maybe Martinez will play next to Maguire. Maybe Varane will be playing next to Maguire. But in my opinion, I think because players did game time an opportunity to show themselves, Maguire and Lindelof will be playing. In midfield, I think it will be Casemiro with Fred and perhaps maybe Donny playing as a number 10. I think that will be the midfield Ten Hag will be going with. And up front, I think it will be Rashford, Ronaldo, and Anthony as the front three. And that is a decent enough team, a strong enough team to get us the win against Real Sociedad. And it will be an interesting game because it is a different kind of opposition, Spanish opposition, an opposition that can pass the ball well, have good technical abilities. So we will have to be wary of the threat that they pose, and we will have to have the same passion, desire, and grit that has been shown in the previous games in order for us to get a result, a win against Real Sociedad. But of course, subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you think about the starting 11 that I've just said and who you think might be starting in the comments below. My name is Sashin. Have a wonderful day for the Red Devils. Until we speak again on match day, bye-bye.